a snowy and cold Tuesday morning in Northeast Ohio. Welcome on into the Animal House here in the Bullpen, part of Bet Rivers. And if you're not using the Bet Rivers app, if you're not using the Bet Rivers website, you are missing out. Right now, we got a deal for you. Bet Rivers Football Squares. Players who place a qualifying same-game parlay of at least $10 on eligible NFL or NCAA football games will receive one standard entry into the weekly Squares game. Winning standard squares will be awarded a prize of a $20 bonus bet. See the app and website for more details. We'll get to the Buckeyes and the Cavs later. We'll start with the Cavs in a moment. Dustin, how you doing?
Adam, I'm doing well. Hope everybody out there is staying safe this morning. The roads were a little dicey this morning. All the kiddos got snow days, which is nice. My kids are off. Your kids are off. Your son's off. That's about all I got. It's beautiful out there, though. If you're not on the roads,
yeah,
it's nice to see some snow.
My son's most excited because he wanted to watch Stranger Things, right? Because he'd never seen it. And it's the last season or part of the last season.
Trust me, I know all about it. My daughter is obsessed.
So he and I've been rewatching it and watching it with him. So we've been binge watching it for about a week and a half now. And we're in the middle of the second season. So we want to get all caught up. So that's what he's most excited. It is that, he can sit. He's like, Dad, let's watch right now. I'm like, I got to work first, So,
I need to start watching it, man. Because like my daughter loves it. My son watches it.
Yeah.
She's so obsessed with it. I just got her the new Nike Stranger Things shoes that came out.
Oh,
they
my
were
God.
really
I didn't know there was such a thing. Oh.
They were kind of expensive, but I got them for her birthday, and they have all kinds of hidden things from season 5 in the shoes and in the box and the packaging and stuff. So it's really cool.
Don't spoil anything yet. I haven't watched season 5.
How can I spoil something? I don't know.
You don't watch it. I can't.
No, I mean, I want to watch it. I just haven't given it the time.
Yeah, this is one of the biggest crimes of humanity that
everyone says it's like the perfect show for me.
Exactly.
80s and horror.
Yes. It's insane that you haven't watched the show. And I have always, whenever you've watched the show, I think I've advised you well on this because I know you don't watch a lot of TV.
No, you are. I trust your opinion because you watch everything.
Yes.
And you pick and choose what you because you know me really well.
Yes.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And you give me suggestions based on what you think I'd like, and you've really never been wrong.
No. And this is right. This is the most up your alley of any show ever. But all right, we'll leave it there for now. Hopefully someday you'll watch it. But there's plenty of sports to get to. So before we get to this past weekend's game, it was funny because yesterday on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, we had Brian Hoyer on, and it took us back to obviously the year he had a great year. And when, of course, it ties into this current Browns team because after the game, you remember that Thursday night game when they beat
Cincinnati
the Bengals?
Deion Sanders said it. Pay the man.
That's right. Deion, Shador's dad. And Brian Hoyer admitted on the show. I mean, he said, read between the lines here. He didn't flat out say it, but he admitted something that I think we all assumed was the case for over 10 years, that Mike Pettin had his hand forced in his benching.
For sure.
Yeah, we didn't know that with certainty. We all assumed that, but he basically confirmed it, that was the case. Now, he admitted that he wasn't playing that well after that game, those last couple of weeks, which was true. He hadn't played quite as well. But obviously, Johnny Manziel had no business playing.
So they played, I think, the Colts. Was it the Colts game?
Yeah.
Or was that before? I forget. The Colts, it was in there somewhere.
Yeah.
And remember, it was the only play Justin Gilbert made in his career. He had a pick 6 off of Andrew Luck.
Yeah, that's right.
And I think, did we win that game? And then
no, I think they lost and they beat the Falcons.
Yes.
And then we
got lucky against the Falcons.
Right. And then they lost another game. They were 7-7, and they brought in Johnny, and he played against the Bengals, and the Bengals, who weren't that good.
I was at that game. I remember, sat in lower bowl, at the game as a fan.
Yeah.
And it was one of the worst, most uninspiring performances I've ever seen from a professional.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Well, I don't even know that you can call him a professional.
Allegedly.
Yeah, 30-0, I think, was the final. It was just hideous. But I asked him one other thing. I said, what's the more impressive streak? Myles Garrett now or Josh Gordon? Because obviously he was part of that Josh Gordon streak before he got hurt. And he actually said Josh Gordon because that took more than one player in a way. Like, the quarterbacks and anyway. He said Josh Gordon would have been a Hall of Famer if he had, stayed on the
Probably
path.
would have. I mean, you never know. I mean, not every year would have been like that.
Sure, but
let's say
he was the type of guy that should have been a Hall of Famer.
He should have had 10 years of 1,000 yards, probably.
Yeah, no doubt. But anyway, didn't happen. That's been the Browns' luck. And so I want to go back to Sunday for a minute. Obviously, not a good performance by the offense, and more importantly, a hideous performance by the special teams. I mean, some of those things, Dustin. How do you get catch a ball on a punt? Was it a punt or a kick? Now I can't. No, it was a punt at the 5-yard line and fall out. How does that happen? Like, how do you not know you can't do that? You can't catch a ball at the 5-yard line.
It's really funny because, I was out in Utah on Sunday, and so we went to a local Buffalo Wild Wings to watch the Browns game, and they put it on for us, put the sound on. It was great. But in the second half, we had eaten and we left the restaurant and headed to the airport because we were flying back. So I popped on the app and was listening to Andrew and Nathan.
Yeah.
Calling the second half.
Yeah.
And it was crazy to hear their I don't even know, the sadness and aggravation in their voices. Like Andrew Siciliano is and he's a buddy, and he's so funny. He's like, and he's takes it out of bounds at the 5-yard line. What in the heck is he thinking?
Well, Andrew wears his fandom on his sleeve.
Oh my God,
Browns games. So,
the Shador, when Shador, when they rushed up to the line on the 4th and 1, on their own territory, and they fumbled it. That was the most anticlimactic call I'd ever heard on the radio. He's like, they're not going to get it off. They're going to have to call timeout. And no, they fumble it, and it's a turnover on downs.
Well, that was really that. I didn't have a problem with it. I know everybody didn't like them going for it.
No,
you got to call timeout.
You shouldn't have rushed it, though.
What? You're rushing it with a tight end taking the snap, in bad weather.
Yeah, it wasn't Shador. It was who was it?
It was Harold Fannin.
Yeah,
it was Harold Fannin. You got to call a timeout there. That was a major blunder by Stefanski. I didn't care. You know me, and I think you're with me generally. I'm even crazier than you with this, but I love going for 4th downs almost every time. And when it's
4th and 1, and if you're not at your 5-yard line, I'm pretty much, unless it's a long one,
right?
I'm almost always going.
Yeah, but this was 4th and a foot.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't rush a trick, essentially a trick play, because you got the tight end who's not used to taking snaps. You can't have him rush. But anyway, it is what it is. And what did you think about Shador Sanders' performance in this game?
I mean, second start, thought that, overall it was okay. It wasn't spectacular. I think that he in the second half never got a chance to do anything. There was no rhythm. They were never on the field. The defense was on the field the entire day because the special teams continued to F everything up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there was some lack of execution. They got stopped on that 4th down in the first quarter in the red zone or around the red zone. Remember, they were inside Niner territory.
Yep.
I just think it was a tough game for Shador to even have a chance to find any rhythm, because everyone else let him down.
There was nothing. I called it a nothing game. It
was bland. It was diet vanilla Pepsi.
Yeah, he made no plays that wowed you, and he made no plays where you're like, that's just horrible. Now, he missed some opportunities. He overthrew Jerry Jeudy on that play early. You can't take a sack on a 4th down. You just can't do that. You got to get rid of the ball. He wasn't terrible. He certainly wasn't great. Bottom line is the offense has got to score more than 8 points, and he's the quarterback. So you're going to take some blame for that. You can't win games scoring 8 points. Maybe they can next week against the Titans. 8 points might be enough. But, couple of follow-ups off of Shador from this. Number one, Sean King said yesterday, essentially the Browns have to decide in these final 5 weeks. Are you trying to win, or are you trying to find out what you got in Shador Sanders? Because he said, running the ball as much as they did this past game was the right move to try to win. They were running it effectively. But if you only let Shador Sanders, and he threw, 8 passes in that final bogus drive. So if you're only letting him throw the ball 16, 17, 18 times, you're not going to find out. You're not going to find out enough information to see if you can move forward with him and not draft a quarterback. What do you think about that? Do you think the Browns need to prioritize at this point, like finding out what you got versus, running the ball a ton and protecting him and keeping the guardrails up? What's the right call?
I don't know what the right call is, because you do want to try to win, but you also remember you got a really talented defense that if you decide to just go all in and just say we're just going to throw the ball every down and find
Yeah.
out if we've got anything in Shador. Number one, it makes you one dimensional, so it's going to make it even more challenging for
Yeah.
Shador to have any success. So that's my number one thought, is that if you're going to do that, I think it's going to make it even tougher on him to perform, because the defense is just going to tee off on him and they're going to bring as much pressure as possible.
Yeah.
I think your defense will start to get frustrated. I think that
Yep.
as you see most games, the defense is great
Yeah.
until they realize that they have no chance to win the game.
Right.
And then human nature sets in and they
Yeah.
just sort of, not that they quit, but it's just like the resistance diminishes.
Right. Yeah.
And that's a concern too. So I think you could lose the entire deal. Do you think Stefanski's a dead man walking?
I don't. I think there's a chance he's going to keep his job. I personally would make the change on both Stefanski and Berry, as I've said all year, but I don't think it's a sure thing. They're both gone. That I think there's a good chance they're going to win this week. If they do win this week, as pathetic as it is, they'll have more wins this year than last year. So I think it's possible they can that he keeps his job. We'll see. I mean, if they lose this game to the Titans at home, look at that over-under, 33.5. When's the last time an NFL over-under was that low?
33 and I mean, I've seen over totals like in like the high 20s if there's a blizzard taking place.
Yeah,
but I don't know what the weather's going to be on Sunday. Is there any precipitation in the forecast, Adam?
I mean, there's been, it's a week ahead, so it's hard with the forecast. But as of now, the forecast for Sunday is no precipitation. I mean, a slight chance, but very slim. Cold, high of 30 that day, so it'll be cold, but not like crazy cold. Cloudy, no precipitation or minimal chance of precipitation. These are probably the two worst offensive teams in the league. I mean, the Raiders and the Jets are probably right there too. But the Titans, I mean, they've been a disaster. As bad as the Browns are, the Titans are
so
worse.
bad.
They
so
stink.
bad.
So, one other thing, did you see the comments from Dylan Gabriel's fiance?
I did. I saw a headline on TMZ. It made it sound like a story straight out of like, I don't know, Hollywood or something.
Yeah. Do we have there's the quote. She was going at it with people on Twitter. And here's the quote on the screen right there. Everyone in the building wants him to play, talking about Dylan Gabriel. Okay. Now, I do know there are some players that want Dylan Gabriel to play probably, but I'm sure but there are also some players, I know, that want Shador Sanders to play. It's not like Dylan Gabriel played well.
No. I mean, he's been just about as average as Shador.
Yeah. And I get that. Listen, I understand where she's coming from. Everybody's, shitting on her fiance and she's upset. But it never helps when your girlfriend or your wife or your fiance.
Now, who did she give this quote to, by the way?
She put it on social media, on Twitter.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, she was responding to like people making nasty comments, making fun of him. I get it. I get you want to defend your guy. I understand where she's coming from, but this is not going to help him.
No, it's not going to help him, and she's just got to realize, and maybe it's never. I don't know how long they've been dating. Is his fiance? So they've been dating for a while.
I'm not sure how long.
So he's been in the spotlight for a while,
right?
But maybe not to the point where people have been so critical. Because when you're in college, I mean, he was the star,
right?
Like the Heisman guy. You know what I mean? So people weren't that critical of him. So now it's a little different, and you also didn't have a segment of the fan base that was totally against your fiance, and because the Shador crazies or whatever you call them. The people that are just
the Shadorians,
whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's certainly a very polarizing segment of the fan base,
Right.
and so you just really need to not look at it,
Yeah, it sucks. It
honestly.
sucks. I mean, Emily Mayfield used to do this a lot in when she was here with
It's
Baker early.
listen, it's hard to
Yeah.
be a significant other to a polarizing player,
Yeah.
especially in Cleveland. I mean, you play quarterback in Cleveland
Yeah.
and you're dating or married to or engaged to the
Yeah.
quarterback, delete your social media.
Yeah. I mean,
Don't look at it.
no.
Don't like just go live in your bubble because your mental health will be much better because of that,
Yeah.
or for it.
There's no doubt about it. It puts you in a really tough spot. I get it. If somebody said something bad about my wife or your wife, I mean,
Yeah, you
we'd
would
be
want to
pissed.
defend them, but the
Yeah.
problem is you just you're defending them to a stranger behind a keyboard.
Right.
Like they just don't matter.
Yes, yes, and people have been, people are. I mean, then people are nasty to us. I can't imagine what they're saying to players. And
It's fun, it
yeah,
is nice.
yeah,
I sort of live with my head in the sand now. Like with
yeah,
social media, I barely look at it. I mean, I
right,
post, but I don't really even look at the
yeah,
mentions, and I have like filters on where I just only see stuff from people that I follow,
right,
where they follow me and I follow them. And yeah, it's a lot nicer world, man. I'm telling you.
yeah. No doubt. I've taken it off my phone, so it's only when I'm working that I'm looking at social media. So that's good. All right, let me get some comments, and then I want to get to the Buckeyes, and I want to get to the Cavs, but get some action on the chat here. Mr. Chairman of the Board says, "Good morning, Bull and Dustin." Andre says, "Big fan of the live." Thank you, Andre. He also says he's in the middle of season 2 of Stranger Things. Sammy Hill with the Bull and Fox emojis. Sammy says, "Volume 1 of season 5 does not disappoint." Good to know. Z says, "Hoyer the Destroyer." Let's see. Mr. Chairman of the Board, I swear on all things sacred that if our Cleveland Browns lose to the motherfucking Tennessee Titans this Sunday, we Browns fans should peacefully riot until Jimmy and D. Haslam fire Stefanski and Barry. Oh, my God. Evan 419, I was at the Colts game. Andrew Luck walked them down the field for the winning touchdown, if I remember right.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yep.
That's right.
Matt says Pettin got a raw deal. Glad to hear Hoyer come out and tell it like it was. Hoyer was Pettin was the one coach that I felt like could have had success here if he hadn't had that Brown sabotage because he did. I thought did a pretty good job. And as
He did a
Jason
very
Lloyd
nice
said,
job.
I think the whole Johnny situation broke him.
Yeah, I don't think that he ever really. I mean, he was a coordinator for the Packers for a little while.
Yeah.
Where's he at now?
I don't know. I think he's out of the league. I guess I could
it's
just
one search away, right?
Yeah, right. Let's see. Mike Pettin. Let's see what it says about Mike Pettin. Mike Pettin must be doing
He's the
nothing now.
Vikings.
Oh, he is?
Vikings. Yeah, he's the assistant head coach and outside linebackers coach of the
Who
Vikings.
knew? Good for him.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, he's been in a coach for like a million different teams in the NFL for 20-something years.
Yeah, I mean, he was the Packers DC for 3.
Yeah.
After he left here, he took 2 years off smartly.
Right.
Went to the Seahawks as a consultant, then was the
Yeah.
Packers for a few, then went to the Bears. Then he's been with the Vikings since 2022.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was a good coach. And
I agree.
Then he's put in a tough spot. And the Janice says, "Nice to have the Bull and Fox back. Reminds me of old times."
Oh, thank you, Janice.
All right, let's get to Ohio State. Speaking of old times, it got back to old times this past week, Dustin, as the Buckeyes finally get it done, ending this ridiculous losing streak to Michigan in dominating fashion. It looked a little shaky early because the Michigan, moves down the field nicely, settles for a field goal. Then Sayan throws the pick. Michigan has to settle for a field goal. But it was all Ohio State, outscoring 27-3 after that. And it never, once Ohio State got going in the middle of the first quarter, whatever, it never felt like Michigan had a chance to me. I don't know how you felt about it.
Well, I mean, my game was on at the same time.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
I was able to. I was in the booth in Provo, getting ready for our BYU game, and we had the Buckeyes on. Watched the first quarter, and I was like very nervous because Michigan scored first, got the field goal.
Yep.
And then you said it. Sayan throws the pick. It was a hell of a play. That defensive back made an unbelievable play.
Yeah.
Now, he probably shouldn't have thrown the ball, but either way, you're right. I mean, they settled in. I've certainly watched it back since and seen the highlights, but like Julian Satan's really, really damn accurate, man.
Yep.
Like, is he the best quarterback we've had? Like, I know it's still like going a long way to say that he's better than Troy Smith and some of these other guys who have had amazing careers, and we have all these guys that are in the league now.
Yeah.
But Troy had the best year by any of those guys to win the Heisman.
Will Howard had an amazing year last year.
He did.
It's hard to say. I mean, he's had a great season. Obviously he's got incredible talent around him.
I mean, if he wins this game on Saturday night, he's going to win the Heisman.
I got to think so. The
two favorites for the Heisman, it's almost even right now. It's like plus 130 for him and Mendoza.
Right.
And you can, I told you on the show on UCSS like 2 weeks ago, I'm like, you need to, if you, not you, but like people, if you wanted to make some money, like take Julian Sayin.
He was
plus 500.
Well, look at that. He's plus 140 now.
I know, but it was plus 500 before the Michigan game.
Yeah. And what is he the favorite? What's Mendoza, guys?
He's like plus 130.
Oh, they're both plus 140. So
it's they're basically saying whoever wins this game is winning the Heisman.
100%, as should be the case. I mean, they've been the two best teams. Obviously, Ohio State. It feels like Ohio State can't lose. I mean, they haven't even played close games. What's the closest game they've played?
I mean, weren't they only up like 3 against Rutgers at halftime?
Right, but they won by 42-9.
I understand that.
All of these games, they have just killed teams. I got to look and see. The closest game was the first game against Texas, 14-7.
Yeah.
Their point differential in the second half must be ridiculous because it seems like, even the few games that have been close in the first half, they just kill everybody in the second half, plus 150 to win the national championship. And yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting when they play Indiana Saturday. Like, obviously last year Indiana was really good, and Ohio State just killed them. You expect this game to be close? What is the spread on this game, guy? There we go.
5.5.
We got it at 4.5 now. So some of the money's coming.
I saw 5.5 early in the week. That sounds right.
Neutral field.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
About this game.
Yeah.
Can it be close? Sure.
Yeah.
Indiana's a lot better than they were a year ago. Mendoza is a hell of a lot better than Curtis Rourke.
Yeah.
Taking nothing away from what Curtis Rourke did. Hell of a player, but Mendoza's much, much better. They've got better weapons on offense. They're, another year into this offense. Their defense is much improved. I watched Indiana play. So twice this year, I watched Indiana play for almost the whole game.
Right.
That was against Oregon.
Yeah.
Where I came away because they went into Autzen, which is an absolute hornet's nest place to play.
Yeah.
Very challenging place to play. Shut their asses up.
Yeah.
Defensively.
Yeah.
I mean, Oregon couldn't do anything against that defense. And then I watched them against Penn State.
Yeah.
Now, Penn State did a nice job and probably should have won the game. The kid who makes that amazing the great touchdown reception with like whatever it was 19 seconds left in the game or something. Amazing drive by Mendoza. Kind of a Heisman type of moment. If they were to somehow beat Ohio State, I think that's something you look back and be like, yeah, that's when he won the Heisman. But Ohio State's defense, I think, is so good.
Yeah.
That it's going to be Indiana hasn't faced a defense like Ohio State.
I don't think there is a defense like
Penn State's really good. Really good.
Yeah.
Probably the closest thing to Ohio State's defense is Penn State's that Indiana has faced.
Yeah.
And even then,
if I'll tell you this, win or lose, if Mendoza plays great in this game, he probably ends up locking himself in as the first pick in the draft. Because Ohio State's got the closest thing to an NFL defense that you got.
I mean, if he puts up anything north of 24 points against Ohio State's defense,
yeah.
I mean, and he throws for over 220 yards and a touchdown or two,
right?
It'll be impressive.
Yeah, I'm not a big college football guy, but I am very excited to watch this game, not only because it's the two best teams and because you want to see if Ohio State can go undefeated this year. But also, Mendoza could be a draft pick of the Browns. It's possible. Although if he goes number one, the Browns are probably not picking number one. It's probably going to be.
What are you doing Saturday? I'm having people over. You want to come over and watch it at the crib?
I might do that. All right, let's talk about that off the air.
We'll talk about it. Yeah,
I might try to come. All right, last thing. I want to get to the Cavs. Cavs beat the Pacers last night. But interesting story here. I don't know if you saw this, Dustin, but yesterday, after the Cavs lost on Sunday, Jalon Tyson, second-year player who didn't play much, very critical. Guys, do we have the quote or no? He called out the team. Did you see this?
I'm listening to you, man.
Oh.
Tell me about it.
Okay. I want to get the exact quote. So here we go. Jalon Tyson, exact quote was, he said, well, okay, here we go.
Oh, here, I got it. Is this it? We're not hungry enough? We're in cruise control?
That's it. We're not hungry enough. What happened to us last year, it's a similar thing that's happening this year. It's a common theme, ultimately. It's on us to fix it. The young guys, the role players, it shouldn't be us having to bring energy every time, right? Everyone has to bring energy. Everyone has to pour into this thing. How about a second-year guy calling out the veterans on this team? And then he goes into this game. I know Indiana stinks, but he says, you guys don't want to do it? Here we go. 27 points on 10 of 13, 11 boards and 4 assists. Jalon Tyson might be my new favorite player on the Cavs. Somebody had to call out this team, and he, for a second-year player, to have the balls to call out veterans for not playing hard enough in the sports world where players are so scared to call out their teammates. I love it, and I love Jalon Tyson for doing it, and I love that he went into this game. He got an opportunity, and he kicked ass on the court in their win. Love it. Everything about it. What say you?
I think somebody had to say something.
Yes.
And I mean, I don't know much about Jalon Tyson. I like his game. I think he's a hustler. I think he's Johnny Hustle out there. He's a good player. Not a superstar, but a good player. You know, somebody who can get some minutes and get some run in this team. But it's just funny how sometimes your leaders come from the most interesting places.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the Cavs, I'm telling you, man, they are soft. They got one. They got one dog, and that's Donovan Mitchell.
And maybe they got another in Jalon Tyson.
Well, you know what? If that's the case, then let's give him some more run.
That's right. Absolutely. I you know, maybe this is what they needed. A young player to say, hey, what are we doing here, guys? We haven't won anything. We haven't earned anything. Love it.
Right. Me too.
Chris says Matt says Tyson was not lying, and I have more respect for him for saying it. Agreed. Chris, Bull got a haircut. Looking good. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. Coco Rex says Tyson has been amazing. Now he is leading. Mr. Chairman of the board says, what is so damn frustrating about the Cavs to me is that they're taking way too many three-pointers. The team needs to be patient and get the ball to the low post for Allen and Mobley. Yeah, listen, that's a big part of the game now. I don't know. I find the current NBA frustrating. I think there's too many guys sitting out games. I hate this. You know, people pay a lot of money to go to these games. You know, and when you have all the superstars sitting out for a rest day, you know, the Cavs got fined the other day.
I hate the fact that like when I watched the Cavs play recently, and I look at the court, and I don't. Not that I mean, I know who most of these guys are, but they're the most nondescript guys on the court. I'm like, we got 5 guys on the court right now, and not one of them is one of our core 5.
Yeah, I don't know what
it's like just frustrating.
Yeah, and it's going on throughout the NBA. I think it sucks. I hate it, and I think it's a big problem for the league. You know, NBA still gets good ratings. I find it really frustrating. You know, I go to a football game. I know my superstars are going to play. I go to a baseball game. Yes, baseball's a little different because you play every single day. So guys got to rest here and there. But for the most part, guys play every single day. And with baseball, you go to baseball less for the one superstar than you do. Like in the NBA, you go to watch the superstars. If I go to a Guardians game and Jose Ramirez happens to not be playing that day, okay, it's a little disappointing. But Jose Ramirez, if he's healthy, is going to sit out, 2 out of 162 games? You got guys in the NBA that it seems like they sit out every 3-4 games.
It's absolutely ridiculous, and it obviously becomes a factor for these stupid prop bets and stuff. I hate it. And guys will play and then they don't play in the second half, or it's like,
sucks.
All right.
Yeah.
It just it does. It does suck.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us today. We appreciate the love as always.
Yes, we do.
If you haven't done so, please hit the subscribe button. I've got a good question I like before we wrap up. Manuel says, "Hi, Dustin. Would you rather play for a loud coach or a more passive like Kevin? Does it matter in the NFL?"
You can be passive if when you do show emotion, it's raw and real and it's not phony. Like Jim Tressel wasn't the biggest rah-rah guy, but we responded to him. And when he did get fired up, you felt it. You knew it wasn't it was authentic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I'm not in that locker room, so I can't tell you if Kevin Stefanski is authentic when he gets after it, but like I don't dislike Kevin. I don't think guys dislike playing for Kevin Stefanski.
No, I think you're right.
And by the way, you said something earlier about the Mike Pettin situation. We still the same owner.
Yeah, that's true.
Just saying. Like there's a lot of things going on that might not always be in the hands of Kevin Stefanski.
Yeah, doesn't that suck? All right, thanks to Z and Alex for producing today. We'll talk to you. We'll be back together on Thursday at 9 a.m. Where else but right here in the Bull and Fox Bullpen. Brought to you by Bet Rivers. We'll see you later.